Final 49ers locker room reaction of the season here from State Farm Stadium in Arizona. A 6-11 finish for the 49ers, and Nick Bosa said that it was an embarrassing finish for the 49ers. I believe that he was speaking probably specifically about the defense, but he said that it's hard to, as a leader of the team, it's hard to look guys in the faces after a finish like that. And the 49ers gave up 116 points over the final 3 games of this season. Really, the bottom did fall out of that side of the ball. Bosa, when asked if the problems were schematic or personnel related, he said that it was a little bit of both. And the reason that's significant is because people are wondering about the future of 49ers defensive coordinator Nick Sorensen. Are also wondering about the future of 49ers special teams coordinator Brian Schneider. The special teams was the worst in the league this year. Bosa didn't elaborate any further than that. Fred Warner actually defended Nick Sorensen. He said that the problems were all across the defense. And I think the bottom line is the 49ers barely forced any turnovers in the back half of the season. I think only 2 takeaways over the final 7 games. No takeaways today. They turned the ball over themselves with a backup quarterback, Josh Dobbs, in there. Technically the 49ers' 3rd quarterback of this season, and you're never going to win when you lose the turnover battle the way that the 49ers did over the collapse at the end of this season. Anyway, torturous season over. In the locker room, I talked to Juwan Jennings, who believes the officials made a mistake when they ejected him after the altercation with Sean Murphy bunting in this corner of the end zone. I believe Jennings was simply blocking. He then said he obviously drove Murphy bunting into the ground. And what happened after that is that he said that Murphy bunting didn't let him get up. So Jennings really was defending himself, and then the officials threw him out. 2 straight plays where those 2 got tangled up. And on the second straight play, after that second straight play, Juwan Jennings was ejected from the football game. That cost him a milestone. 1,000 receiving yards is what he wanted. He finishes with 975. Would have been the first time that Juwan Jennings had gotten to 1,000 yards. He hadn't even gotten to 500 before this year. So it was a great season for Juwan Jennings, one of the bright spots for the 49ers in this tough year, but it does not come to a satisfying conclusion. He did seem to be handling it really well. We saw him smiling on the sideline, pumping up the crowd after he was ejected. It's just tough that he was too good of a blocker for a 1,000-yard season in the eyes of the officials. But Jennings in the locker room said he's just going to have to come back next year and get the 1,000 yards then. I think that's the attitude the 49ers have to have as they try to retool this offseason. Really good performances from their rookie class this year. Dominic Purdy talked about learning on the fly from the veterans. And then by the end of the season, it was Dominic Purdy having to help out some new players, some of the guys that had been on practice squads just prior to playing big minutes for the 49ers. Charlie Heck, Austin Pleasant. So Purdy had to grow up on the job. Ricky Pearsall, he had a ton of family members here at State Farm Stadium. Another nice game for him. He even had the touchdown today in front of all those family members. He grew up on the job, and he obviously recovered from a near tragedy when he was shot in the chest on August 31st to deliver what he did. So if you're looking for silver linings, it was the young guys. It was Juwan Jennings. I think Brock Purdy also played a good season for the 49ers. Obviously, the numbers didn't match last year because the situation around Purdy wasn't nearly as good as the situation had been in 2022 and 2023. 49ers headed back to the Bay Area now. They're going to be cleaning up their lockers tomorrow. So the locker cleanout is going to be next to exit interviews. And we're also going to start getting some news about the future of how Kyle Shanahan is going to construct his coaching staff. The 49ers have secured the number 11 pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. As far as injuries went, Isaac Guerendo today, he was in crutches in the locker room. That was early on in this game. That was one of those things that happens in a torturous season. Isaac Guerendo hurt his knee. The 49ers think it's an MCL. They're going to have him undergo an MRI tomorrow. They want to make sure it's not an ACL. The MCL would be much less severe than an MCL, so the 49ers are hoping for decent news on that front. Colton McKivitz hurt his ankle. By the end of this game, the 49ers offensive line was extremely patchwork. One guy that I talked to in the locker room was Nick Zakel, Brock Purdy's former roommate. He was at center by the end of this game. I think he played well over the past couple games of this season when he got his opportunity. I think we could look at Nick Zakelj as somebody who's going to compete for one of those interior line spots. With Aaron Banks, I think, not likely to be re-signed by the 49ers. We'll see how they approach that, but there is going to be a lot of shuffling up front just due to contractual reasons for the 49ers. And Nick Zakelj told me he's gotten a lot stronger behind the scenes over the past couple of years. Finally had an opportunity to showcase that in the game today. Kyle Juszczyk had a diving touchdown on that pylon, and that was a 49-yarder, so he finished with exactly 200 receiving yards on the season, his most since 2022, when he also finished with exactly 200. So for Juszczyk, it was a nice finish to the season, but for the 49ers as a whole, obviously this was a tough, torturous slog. 6-11, this was their worst record since 2018, because in 2020, a season that was a little bit like this one in terms of the slog and the torture and the injuries, there was one fewer game. They finished 6-10 in that 2020 season. So this one, and that season, by the way, ended here at State Farm Stadium. Remember, they were based in Arizona, so I almost feel that's fitting, a fitting parallel. End 2020 at State Farm Stadium, and 2024 heading into 2025 here in the desert of Arizona with a loss to the Cardinals, the same spot where the 49ers actually clinched the division when things were much better last season. Anyway, I'm going to take you throughout the entire San Francisco 49ers offseason. I took you through everything here in the torturous regular season, from the hold-in for Brandon Ayuk, the Trent Williams holdout, obviously the Ricky Pearsall shooting incident in San Francisco, to all the injuries, the Christian McCaffrey saga, the Brock Purdy experience of 2024. We've been here for every single update along the very difficult ride for San Francisco. But we were also along for every single update of the exhilarating rides in 2021, 2022, and 2023. So there's consistency here, and we'll be back with more consistency throughout the entire 2025 offseason as the 49ers look to build back and turn this into a blip on the radar, turn 2024 into an outlier kind of season. They've had 3 straight good ones. They obviously entered this season worn down after 3 straight good seasons. This was a bad one, and now they're going to try to make 2025 a much more quality output as they head into the future. The one thing that I've said, and I'll repeat it, the 49ers draft class, the 2024 rookie class, was the one true positive of this season, alongside obviously Jennings and Purdy, but those guys can be centerpieces for the 49ers as well. But they're going to get their star players back, and they've got to make sure that a lot of those stars pair in a much more healthy and better way with second-year jumps from rookies who are already good in 2024, and that is the path forward. By the way, Brock Purdy, here from the state of Arizona, almost eligible for that contract extension, which I think is going to serve as the foundational centerpiece contractually of the San Francisco 49ers for years to come. They're going to have to build the team around their quarterback, who did not play today in this loss in the season finale against the Arizona Cardinals. So for the final time from a field around the National Football League, signing off. 49ers 6-11 to close this 2025 season.
One, just a normal pancake in the book of football. Took him to the ground, and I tried to get up, and he wouldn't let me get up. Just kept grabbing my jersey, grabbing my face mask as much as he could. Anything to grab me, and I was just trying to get him off me.
All right, you were 25 yards away from 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, how much does that hurt to not be able to get it?
It hurts a lot. It hurts a lot. I believe everything happens for a reason. Give me another chance. The first time for everything, so next year.
All right, so you're ready to do it again?
Oh, yeah. What, 15 games to do it? 15, we can do it. We can do it again, another 15.
All right, what did you prove to everybody this season?
I proved I just never give up. First quarter to fourth quarter, first snap to last snap. JJ just never gives up.
Were you having conversations with him throughout the first quarter?
With who?
With the gentleman that you...
The second guy?
Yes, the second one. Well, the first and the second.
Okay, yeah. So the first, it happened, and then so he was trying to take up for his buddy. He told me come to his side, and I told him just give me time, and it was the next play. Luckily, it was the next play, and he got exactly what his buddy got the play before.
Right. Any regrets about what happened out there?
No. Other than 25 yards, humans make mistakes. They threw me out. I think it was a mistake. Humans make those, so no regrets.
All right. Switching the page to moving towards 2025. What are your thoughts about going forward here?
I think it'll be a great year back with the bros. OTAs. I'm looking forward to OTAs and just building with the bros.
Did this season feel like it had some sort of dark cloud over it at all?
And just with injuries, I think that'll probably be the only thing. My homie over there, he got some stuff on his feet though. I just see his shoes. I'm sorry about that. He got some nice shoes over there. But
Who are you talking about?
he's actually wearing. I can't even talk about him right now. But we're just ready for 2025 for sure.
Thanks, Ron.
You're welcome.
And start from square one. We know how to play good, and we obviously know how to play bad. So we got to figure it out.
Do you have any idea why it's continued to be so embarrassing? I mean, since like week 3, you've been trying to rectify this.
You say what?
Since early in the season, you've been trying to get back on track. Do you know why the embarrassment kept continuing?
If I had the answers, it might have changed.
Do you feel like it's more personnel? Is it schematic? Was it?
Probably a mixture of everything.
You almost got to Kyler a couple times today. So Leonard was seemed like he was just that split second. He knew where you were and would get the pass out.
Yeah, when he sees you, he's probably going to get rid of it. He's not trying to get hit. So.
Did you learn anything about yourself this season?
Yeah, no, I think I've grown as a person. Just appreciate the time that you have in this league, whether it's a season like this or a season where we've had success. It's a challenge every year, and the people you go through it with, you get close with. And, yeah.
Do you feel like Nick Sorensen's the right guy for the job?
I think he's a good coach, but it's not my decision.
When you play a lot of games and you have a ton of turnovers and you don't force any turnovers, it's hard to win football games, specifically if you're not, scoring 30 to 40 points a game. So, we spotted them 3 today, didn't get one. So, it's losing football, and we're going to do everything we can to fix that and stop turning the ball over so much.
You said you're going to talk to him about how you think he did. How do you think he did this season?
Oh, I'll save that for our discussion.
Good
question, though.
Nick just said he was embarrassed. How do you feel now that you've seen the end coming for a while. How do you feel now that it's actually over?
We finished 6-11. That's not what our goals were at the beginning of the season. Our goals were to win a lot of football games, go to the playoffs, and do what we could do there. Disappointed. I want to win football games, and so when you don't win football games, it's very disheartening. The reasons why we're losing is not very fun. Turnovers, not converting in the red zone, not scoring points, and so I put a lot of the pressure on us as an offense to be able to score more points. And I know if you talk to Fred, he'll say, "Hey, we got to score more, get more turnovers, make more stops, whatever it is. We just got to play better team football." So, no, I don't like putting my name on that, but my name's on it, and as is everybody else in this building.
In past years, you've had rough spots and you've been able to pull out of them and get yourself on the right track, and that just never happened this year. Do you know why this year was different?
I think we had 15 turnovers to none over the last 8 weeks. Can't win.
How was it to see your rookie classmate, Trent Taylor?
Yeah, no, anytime, every opportunity I get to dress with him is awesome. I love Trent. He brings a lot of joy to my life, and so when I get to share a football field with him, he just puts me in a fantastic mood. So I was happy for him to get the dress today, but the whole season he's been very helpful for me, just mentally, on and off the field.
What did you think of Dobbs today?
Every time Dobbs goes out there, he's going to give it his all, and I really appreciate that. You guys will get answers from him on how he thought he played, but I just appreciated his grit, his toughness, and just his eagerness to play this week, and I think that really helped us a lot. What was the future hold for me? Well, out of here, I'm going to go to New York with the Juszczyks and celebrate Chris Juszczyk launching her brand. That's the immediate future. And I just try to keep a 3-foot box right in front of me.
Do you have discussions you need to have in the front office at all here?
The front office make whatever decisions that they want to make. So we'll go from there.
Now you've reached
You missed it.
Can I do it again?
No chance.
Is this kind of the offseason?
No, tomorrow.
Come on.
How are you feeling physically at the end of this run versus the previous one and the ones before that?
Last year I was pretty beaten up. I was dealing with a lot of stuff. This year I'm not, which is fantastic. Like my goal for this game was to walk off the field, which I was able to do, and nothing I'm going to have to take care of, which is it's a huge relief, and makes the offseason a lot more fun.
Can I frame it?
No chance.
Let me frame it to you this way.
Nope, he said last question already, so you're out of.
I didn't even hear that.
That's not my problem. No chance.
Nick, me, and Austin. I was in the huddle and I was just like, wow. It was just very different. So, but it's cool though, because those guys came in like a week ago, a week and a half, and they picked up the playbook and they were able to go play a full game. Like, to me, that's very impressive. So yeah, no, I love them. They're real cool dudes.
You started every game your rookie year. Played a lot. We missed what? One snap.
I missed one snap, yeah.
Right? So, that's a lot of workload. Was this in your wildest dreams that you would be doing this much work this season?
In my wildest dream, yeah. But was I expecting it? I'd be lying if I told you, yeah. I just came into camp with the mindset of just trying to be my best every day. And some guys went down in camp, and I was able to just kind of take advantage of my reps with the ones, and that just having help from Cole and Jay playing next to me just helped a lot, and Spence and John and Banks. They all just really had they helped me as much as they could, so it was real cool.
With it coming to the NFL and you're on a 6-11 losing team, I'm sure that nobody in here is happy. So, from a rookie's eyes, what do you see in terms of the veterans and how angry they are, or what they want for next season?
Yeah, we were 6-11, but I'm not. I kind of know what kind of team we can be, so I'm not too worried going into next year because I know the type of guys we have. Football players when you see them, and I've been watching these guys even when I was in college. So and just the way they ball out. So I'm still just gonna try and do my part. The guys that we have, the superstars we have here, are gonna take care of a lot of work. So I'm just gonna do my job.
You talk about having to learn, the vets helping you early in the season. Did that in any way morph into you helping guys at the end since you had so many new guys coming in? Where you almost have to be a teacher at the end?
Oh, nah, I wouldn't know. The only time I would help is if we're in a 2-minute, because we have code words for 2 minute. Charlie would just ask me, what is it? And I'll just tell him. But if they needed help, I would tell them my opinion. But I think it's much better coming from the vet than the rookie because they've just seen so much more. And even the guys that come here, Charlie's played a lot of football, so he probably knows more than me. But when it comes to the offense, when you go to a new offense, you definitely want to just ask the guy who's been in it for 16, 17 weeks. So yeah, I've been trying. I try to help. That was a long answer to it.
How are these last few weeks for you being a rookie and going into this off season? How will you sort of prepare yourself for 17 games next season?
What am I gonna do this offseason?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do exactly what I've been doing. I'm gonna usually after every season I usually take a week and just kind of chill out, kind of debrief, and then just get right back to it. I love working out in the offseason, and to me it's just a real fun. All I gotta do is wake up and work out and just eat right. So I'm looking forward to just spending time with my family and friends and just kind of debriefing. But no, I'm gonna just attack the weight room. I think that's something I can improve on this year, just trying to maintain my strength the whole year.
Have you thought about what you're going to do during the offseason, how it's going to propel you to next year?
I'm gonna just work my butt off, real. I just think every offseason, I think I can just keep taking it higher, and just keep pushing it. I think the biggest thing that's gonna help me go into the next season OTAs is already knowing the playbook and just kind of knowing a lot more and just what I saw so much this year. That's why just taking advantage of all those snaps was huge for me. So I think once I just get away and then come back, and it'll all just kind of fit together.
Yeah, because you said you were kind of mentally exhausted at this point, so do you need a refresh?
Oh yeah, if you ask any NFL player, I think they'll tell you after the season they're going to take a week and just kind of debrief. So,
You want to stay on the right side?
Oh no, that's up to them. I'll play wherever they put me.
You stayed at right today, though, right? At the end.
Yeah.
And then it was Nick moved into center, and then Matt took over at left. And
Yeah.
then Austin was at left tackle. Is
Yeah,
that
so
right?
It's a number of things, and I just know won't be putting those pads on again for a while, so kind of take that moment to kind of sit in it and yeah, just a moment of reflection. Yeah.
Fred, Nick said the season felt like an embarrassment to him. Do you feel the same way?
Absolutely.
Do you want to expound on that at all?
You know, for as long as I've been here, I've always known, you know, playing dominant defense, and you know, I can't speak to everything else that's gone on with the team, you know, this year, but it just hasn't been good enough, not even close. And to be a part of that, knowing that I'm out there every game and it still isn't good enough, it obviously is a gut punch to my own pride. And yeah, I mean, obviously I'm gonna do everything to make it right.
In past years, you guys have had some missteps, but have been able to get back on track. And you were not ever able to do that this season. Do you know why this season you weren't able to do what you've done last year and the year before?
No, it's hard to say right now. You know, it's something I'm gonna have to, you know, think more on. Obviously, I'm fresh off of just trying to win this game, and I'm sure there'll be more time for reflection later.
The lack of turnovers the last 7-10 games or whatever. I mean, that's something that's going to get brought up. But does that kind of reflect the problem with the defense, that it's just there's not enough guys making plays and guys are in the wrong spots?
Yeah, no, the takeaway is the lack thereof is what killed us. That you can't win games in this league. I mean, we pride ourselves on taking the ball away and protecting it on offense, and that's the key to winning games. And when you're not doing that, you don't give yourself any type of chance to even, you know, have a chance at winning.
You mentioned in the past that you feel like the answers are here. John and Kyle both said last week that they're excited about just diving into it and trying to figure things out. Have you allowed your mind to go there? What needs to change? Where this team needs to go in order for you guys to get back to where you want to be?
But I honestly, no. My mind was on trying to win today, and we didn't do that. But like I said, it'll be more time for reflection now going forward and figuring that out.
Personally, you started 17 games this year. Was this the most difficult 17 games to get through the most difficult full schedule for you?
Every year is different. Obviously, you know, you guys know it was a unique situation this year, but you know, I'm always going to try my hardest to make sure I'm out there for my guys. And it's not even a question. There's never a doubt that I'm going to be out there if I can. Couple more.
Fred, obviously there's a lot that went into what happened on defense, but you know, Sorensen has gotten scrutiny because he's, you know, first-year coordinator. What is your assessment or belief level in him as the guy going forward?
Yeah, I think the easy thing right now is everybody's going to put the blame on him for how, you know, the defense is played, and when you're the guy at the helm, that's what, you know, that's what happens. You're going to take the brunt of that, but it's everybody. You know, everybody's got to take a look in the mirror. I got to take a look in the mirror. Everybody's got to look to see where they could have been better as a group. You know, I think Nick's done a great job all season. It's just we didn't. I think as players, when we're out there, like when we have to execute and play the game, we didn't do them any favors.
That's good. Thanks,
Thank you, Fred.